underneath the tree of Lagaria, our heroes find themselves saviors of the island of Everbend. And as they make their way, what will our heroes find in today's episode of The Caster Seas?
Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeon Master's Tavern. Welcome back to the Caster Seas. Last time, you guys fought a foe that you thought that you had vanquished once before by the name of Decan. He was resurrected by the evil of Marcescent, who you defeated, and Grail captured his soul, and in turn some of his spells. And then, in this gruesome battle between the resurrected Decan, your hardy group, and Chip's mother, who found out to be Sally, and Chip, who you found out to be your son. You met a large paladin, and due to this large paladin's bravery, he defeated Decan once again by sacrificing himself, by taking the Book of Life and jumping in to the source of Decan's resurrected power. Where we left off, all of you were still standing inside of this, what used to be this disgustingly horrid area. And now, after Halvar's great sacrifice, all of the area in turn turned back to what it normally is, which is the beautiful waters that feed the tree Lagaria in this cave system. All of you, except for Halvar, because he's gone. All of you are standing in the middle. You are watching this blue water form around you. And in this center column where the water goes up into the base of the tree, there's a kite shield kind of just floating in the middle of this water, kind of spinning around, from which is the last remnant of Halvar after his fearless sacrifice. And Chip, the book returned to his hand, and he put it in the Book of Life returned to his hand as he puts it in his pack. He turns around to the rest of you and he goes, "Oh."
Didn't we already leave?
I
thought we did because all the people were like, they convinced them that we were heroes.
That was before. That was before you went in.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you were all standing here, and you look, and he goes. Chip turns back to all of you and he goes, "Oh, wow, that was a lot to process in one day." He goes, "Oh, we just met him, and he sacrificed himself like that."
A true hero.
Yes, I do believe that we should make sure that everybody knows who he was.
Does anybody remember his name?
His name was Halvar.
Halvar, yes, Halvar the Amazing. Chip, he'll go down in legend, don't worry.
Well, if we have anything to do about it, he will. Sally is going to speak up. She's going to go, "Okay, well, I for one think that we should get out of here, because now that the tree is, saved and the island is saved, none of you are allowed to be in here. And I'm going to get in very big trouble for letting you in." As much as
when she's saying that, I remember just like relieving myself, taking a pee.
just like peeing off the cliff edge
into the water.
Nice.
Fighting makes me nervous. Keeps me all clinched up. I always gotta go afterward. You remember how it is.
And she goes, unfortunately. Well, we should be going. Didn't you say that? Listen, I'm going to hang up my hat as an acolyte of the tree, and if Chip is going to go with you guys, is it okay if I come? I mean, even though we have our history, you're still the captain, and I still have to ask if it's okay for me to come on your ship.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and be like, I left you behind once, and I've always regretted it, so we won't be doing that again.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion?
Real quick, we're getting max health.
Yes.
21.
She looks at you, and for a split second, her cheeks kind of blush a little bit.
Okay.
And then she goes, whatever. And then she kind of like pushes your hand off of her shoulder.
I look at Chip, I'm like, watch and learn, son. You'll learn how to handle a woman.
He goes, I don't think I want to see any of that, Captain. Let's just get back to the ship. And if you guys are going to go ahead and make your way back to the ship, once again, she reaches into this large. She reaches down into this bag of holding and pulls out this large gauntlet key, sticks it into the side of the wall, and turns it, and you see this split go up the side of the rock as these massive doors open to the outside world. As it opens to the outside world, you are greeted with a massive crowd. And they were all just standing at the entrance, waiting to see what happens. As you walk out, the sun peeks through the clouds, and you see above you see the branches of Lagaria stretching out over the cliff edges, and slowly but surely all of the leaves and the beautiful flowers of this tree are starting to bloom and blossom all over the place as life returns to the island. As you step out, the crowd is dead silent. And then, out of the middle of the crowd, Dalton, your character is pushing his way through people, just shouting and screaming.
Oh no.
Explain your character to me, please.
So, as you see walking up to you, you see a black skinned, black shelled, spiky shelled turtle, kind of looking like an alligator snapping turtle. Just to help the people video over the internet.
I'll put up a picture.
He has like just tools around his waist, like right above his shell, and he has a bandana on.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks up. It's been a while since that tree has seen life. Needs to shoot some more cannonballs at it.
Just gonna go. You shoot cannonballs at Lagaria?
Target practice, my friend.
I believe you should get off this island.
They tell me that all the time, but I'm a pirate. You got a bad reputation to uphold.
Oh, tarnished. A pirate, you say? Got
Yeah,
yourself a ship, eh?
have one. Stinking Navy blew it up. Well, I blew it up.
You say had one or had
Oh.
one?
Had one.
You blew it up.
Well, when you shoot explosive crystals at a naval ship and then they decide to ram into you, it doesn't really turn out well for the both of you.
How explosive?
I put my hand on your shoulder and a small tear runs down my cheek. I'm like, I understand more than you know.
How tall are you?
How tall are you?
I'm
5'11".
3'7".
Oh my god.
So I just like push out a little bit.
I'm like Browser's son. That's alligator.
Freaking baby
Oh,
Bowser.
dude. Bowser Jr.?
Bowser Jr.
Bowser.
Just a
That's
mad
it.
cannonball.
That's fun.
As you step in, this crowd starts to form around you. The giant stone doors go and close behind you. And a man's going to speak up from the crowd. He's going to go, Are you Chip? He's going to go, Yes, I am. And he goes, Oh, the ballad of Chip spread across the island so fast. It's an honor to meet you. Thank you for saving the island. and he's like shaking Chip's hand like really aggressively, and Chip goes, thank you.
Been like 10 minutes.
This is the boy, Chip himself. And we are his humble warriors. We
I
fought
walk
hand and tooth with him.
up behind, like on the other side. I go, yeah, I remember Chip when he was just a boy.
I want to go to Pirates after my own heart. I'm gonna go to the flank and be like, put my arm around it. And this is his dad.
I birthed him.
Grail, my humblest of greetings.
And he goes, oh, did you guys help him save the tree?
Oh, only little.
Of course.
I
I have no knowledge, so I'm playing along.
Roll deception.
Deception.
I give him a little side eye, just like,
What is supposed to say? Oh, this one. Great. Oh, 10.
Yeah, he rolled a 19. So he's gonna look at you and he's gonna go, the Ballad of Chip didn't say anything about a turtle.
As a pirate, I have I'm gonna give him like a very stare,
Okay.
and I can use special.
come on, man.
Know your character, dude.
Well, I don't know word for word. Basically, I can like through just being a pirate, a bad reputation, I can basically hide among the people
Mhm.
out of fear. Like they fear me.
Oh, okay. So is that intimidation?
I think it's just. Yeah, I'll say I'll try to intimidate him.
Okay.
Just go along with the story.
Good. Intimidate for me.
Intimidate. Give him a little natural 20.
He goes, maybe,
He's gonna give him like a glare, like play along.
and then he goes, maybe there was a bridge in the ballad somewhere about a turtle. He's gonna go, well,
Yeah.
all of us included the whole island. We heard the ballad of Chip and his hardy crew. The people,
out to here.
the guardians of the tree. It's not much, but we scraped together what we could around the burning town, and we wanted to give you all a gift.
Why?
Oh, thank you so much.
And then he goes, boys, bring it in. And then a hole kind of forms in the crowd, and you see these four men carrying almost like an Ark of the Covenant style chest, and they trot it out and they they drop it down and it goes boom. It's about like a chest the size of that TV.
Good.
And the two men they grab each side of the lid, they open it up, and on the inside is just massive chest full of gold and jewels. And he goes, and they're like,
Gentlemen.
and they go, it's not much, but I mean, the war is over now, so we can start rebuilding, and we wanted you to have this.
Like, aye, 'tis but a trifle, but I suppose the boy deserves something.
He does.
The
Chip's
best
gonna
you
give-
could do. Don't feel too.
Chip puts his hand up. He goes, Captain, we can't take
I
this.
think I speak on behalf of Chip when I say he's very, very tired. I think we should go kind of maybe move towards the coast a little bit, put it on a ship, get us out of here, get ship back. Please.
Yes, I agree.
He goes,
Chip's been tired. He's been through so much.
and then Chip is like, Mr. Grail, was it?
Was it?
We don't have to take their money.
Was it? Chip, we fought too
Ah,
much.
Chip, you took a really good hit down there. I think you're not really
You're a
thinking right.
sweet boy, but you're ill learned. Do you like eating, son?
Chip, I thought you were a pirate.
Well, I, for one,
I thought
agree
you were a
with
tarnished
Chip.
individual.
It is wrong to take
How
money
far is he from me?
for people.
How far is
You guys are all like standing in like close
I
proximity.
want like to know so hit.
Okay.
As he's like trying to say, no, I agree with Chip.
Roll to hit.
What am I, just my strength?
Yeah, just unarmed.
15.
What does he do?
He was trying to hit him to get him to shut up because he was agreeing with Chip.
Like, I can't reach.
Yeah, Sally's gonna come. She's gonna walk over to you. She's gonna notice the tools around. She's gonna walk up to you. She's gonna notice the tool belt around your waist. She's gonna go, "Are you an artificer?"
Yes, I am.
I'm an artificer.
What kind?
Oh, frick. Catch me off guard. Let me look.
Yeah, who doesn't know their character now?
Shut the frick up.
They're talking. I'm
Daughter.
gonna cast
An
distort
artificer,
value
Yeah,
on the chest to
you
make it
should
look
hear
like
my
it's worth less.
backstory.
She's a
It changes every
battlesmith.
time.
She goes, "I'm a battlesmith."
Oh, I'm a artillerist.
She goes,
Oh,
we may have you.
boats.
She's like, listen, I'm not the captain, but I kind of birthed one of the captain's kids. So I'm extending you an invitation onto the ship.
Count me in.
Onto the ship. What is the ship, Sally?
Well, don't you have a ship? And she looks to she looks to Flint.
We have something in the works for sure. Decon was his name Decon? No,
Decan.
was the old one. Decan was the old one.
I
What was
made
it, this one?
chance
Gold.
to grab some of the
I
gold.
thought it was Dale.
Decan was the boss you just
I
fought.
thought Decan was the one he had in the book. And then
No, that's Marcescent.
Marcescent.
He has both of them. He has Marcescent and Decan.
So Marcescent wasn't the one we were. No, Marcescent died earlier.
Yeah.
Dale dead?
Gotcha. I'm like, so.
His name was
Decan
Lars.
Kind of
Dale.
did a number on our boat, but I've already got another one lined up.
And she goes, right, so does that mean we should head to port?
With the gold, for sure. Yes.
Okay.
We need the gold.
And he's gonna go the leader of like this tribe of acolytes that tend to the tree. He's gonna go, well, again, thank you so much for saving the tree and saving Everbend.
Right.
We're going to start rebuilding. This war has been a gruesome one. And then the crowd kind of like disperses, and there's just this chest of gold sitting ever so proudly.
I want to walk up to him and be like, that's very good of you. Now, do you have a cart for this chest?
All 4 of your strongest men follow us back to the port, please.
That too.
We're gonna kidnap more people.
Yep.
He's gonna look at the 4 men that carried the chest there in the first place, and he's gonna go, hey, and he snaps there, and they kind of like look, and they go, help them carry their stuff. Help them carry their stuff back to their ship. And then they all go.
I would have point to the like broken wagon of the Grecidium as well and be like, can you help us with this one?
And you see these 4 men, they are dressed in very monk-esque attire. They have robes on. They look very clean shaven, all 4 of these men. They're taller and bulky, but they're not built. They're more cut. So these 4 men, they don't say anything, and they just they reach down and they pick up the chest of gold.
Okay.
Do I see his cart full of crystals?
Yeah, it's just there. I mean, you can't hide a cart.
You've been carrying it around with you.
Like,
Yeah,
is
we
it
left it
covered
when
or
we went in the
not?
tree, and then we came back out and got it.
Okay.
No, it's not covered. It's like missing a wheel and beat up.
Okay.
It's bricks of Grecidium.
You have the crystal.
Yeah, we got some.
That's
stuff.
what I used to blow up the naval ship with.
Yeah, don't blow up our ship with it.
Taste test.
I've been there, done that. We don't need to do it again.
Well, we were transporting it. Transporting it. We stole it, and then
What's the difference?
it was ours.
Total, trust me when you say you're gonna love the bunny.
Bunny. Who's the bunny?
Oh, the bunny.
Is it the Easter bunny?
Oh, something very close.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't bring eggs full of gifts. He's got bullets.
Grenades.
And very disappointingly, he does not poop jelly beans.
He does not. He
Darn.
poops
Chip is gonna. Okay, we're wasting time here. Listen, Boris told us that he was gonna meet us off the coast of Teelith, so we really need to be going.
Boris.
Yes, we do. I haven't been on a ship in years, and my sea legs are going away.
And he goes, okay,
4 men.
let's just get to the ship.
Yes.
Ships.
Very good idea.
Yes.
Let us go.
Ship's chip. Ship's chip. Have faith in dear Boris.
Okay.
What are you praying?
How many people do we have now?
If you're
Yeah.
cannot actually you have
Boris.
the crew right now is Lars,
Dale.
Boris, Chip, Sally. Those are the NPCs in your team.
The one I called Dale died, didn't he? And then we had the 2 other ones.
Yes.
Okay.
We've got Silver.
No, Lars was Dale. Gavin died.
Gavin died. Okay.
Dale's still alive.
Okay.
The only
I'm
important
gonna need to start numbering these boys.
So right now you have 4 NPCs with you plus your forecast, so a total of 8 crew members,
Flint.
or 7 crew members and a captain.
May I offer you a proposition?
Aye.
Let's say Boris fetches 2 ships. Well, maybe we assemble a small fleet,
Aye.
and maybe you captain one of those ships.
I would obviously captain both the ships, and the
And
co-captain
maybe-
would pilot the second ship and follow me.
Ooh. We have a lot to talk about.
Aye.
Well, you guys can talk about that as we go towards Teelith.
So we've got a new crew member. Get the cross ready, and I'm like ready to heat the metal.
Turtle! Turtle!
Yes.
If you got a shell sport and shiny, I suggest you come over with me.
Alright. I get the cross out of my tool belt.
By the way, my name is Torsten Cannibal Jones.
Torsten, a pleasure. Captain Grail.
Pleasure.
Alright, I'm gonna need you to bend over and spread them.
They're using firebolt to like heat the cross.
Wait, are you?
Are you trying to heat something?
Turtle, I cover that tail.
You think you can help?
Oh, I definitely can.
What is the cross made of?
It's just an iron cross. That's
I think it's just metal. It's just his holy symbol.
I cast heat metal. Second level.
While you're holding
You're
it,
making a mistake here.
It's got like a handle on it.
You're making a very grave mistake here, Turtle.
Yeah, we've already
Wait,
canonically branded someone with it before without
Yep.
hurting him.
Yeah, it
He's
was-
got some kind of handle.
it was Boris.
Yeah. Some, like,
It's got like a rubber handle on it.
So you want to be part of the crew?
Well, if I cast heat metal, it turns to liquid.
Don't do that.
He said he already cast it, so
I
you're
cast heat,
so your
heat
holy
metal
symbol.
in my hand,
Mm.
and I just grab it, and it just.
As he grabs it, your
Turns
cross
red
just
hot.
melts into goop and falls onto the ground,
like
Well, I usually have a.
and you no longer have a holy symbol.
Could you make me another one?
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say all of this is happening while you guys are like
cast
Yeah, walk-
walking towards
scoop it
Teela.
I
up.
want to be bleeding the monk's ears right now, trying to get him to join my crew.
So I scoop it up and like form it into a rough cross and like beat it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a really like it used to be pretty. Now it's just a beat up cross.
Is it hot? Is it still hot enough?
Oh yeah, it's still.
Hey, Christian,
Alright, this will do. Stick it to the side of your neck.
I want you to pick 4 numbers between 1 and 12.
Roll 4 d12s.
That's true.
Well, I wanted you to pick them instead of. But you can roll them if you want to. Just just roll.
Hold me down.
Let's go 10, 3, 4, and 1.
Okay. Okay.
That's me. Wait.
Okay, so you guys walk into this town. When you walk in, you see just the remnants of war. There's almost not a single standing building that doesn't look like it's been demolished, set on fire, raided. There are townspeople that they look very somber, but also they're in the streets. They're cheering. They're lighting. They're lighting off like these homemade firecrackers. Like they're celebrating. The war has finally ended. Some people you can see they're crying they're in groups. They're trying to console each other, but they're all the mood of the island. You can already feel is generally happier than what it was.
Shambles. This is my kind of.
And as you walk through the town, you see all these people. They definitely see you, your crew, and 4 men carrying a large chest of money.
I want to like buy the chest, like waving with this hand and patting the chest with this hand. Like,
Oh yes, we did it. We destroyed the enemy.
I want to cast a
you gotta wait.
minor illusion on top of the chest. A little sign that says bones.
Does that make you?
What's your spells DC?
16.
16.
Noted.
Which is level up. That's in your campaign.
Oh,
I'm a
wait.
level 1 wizard.
Yeah, I don't calculate spell save DC.
Okay. As you guys make your way through,
plus whatever your spell modifier or your spell cast.
Did our proficiency go up?
what's your what are y'all's passive perception?
9.
11.
Okay.
Oof. 11.
Yep.
Oh, it's wisdom plus 10, yeah?
My
13.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, 13.
Okay.
so I'm
Noted.
the most oblivious of all.
As you guys are walking through this town, you finally get like on the outskirts of the town to the south by the riverbed, and lo and behold, in the riverbed, like in the river, you see a ship.
How big?
Dibs.
Yoink!
It's about the size of a brig. It's got one back sail, one smaller sail in the front.
Have cannons.
It has 4
As soon as I
cannons.
see it, I go,
It has,
I swim to it.
it has
I
two
like
can-
it on the back.
it has
That's cool.
two cannons on each side of the hull,
I'm thinking
or
maybe
each side of the
That's
deck.
what I like.
Total. You want an armory?
Yes.
I'm thinking an armory right there. We got 4 cannons. The
We
Arcana,
can-
we have the Prince.
We can build more cannons.
There's only one ship. And it's just
going
this
to,
one
like,
brig.
Stealthily, like, sink into the muddy water and swim.
On this deck, you see Boris. He waves his hand. He goes,
Oris.
"Captain."
Oris.
Mhm.
Oris.
I'm still stealthily swimming.
He can't hear you, unless you're yelling this across the water.
Let me make sure.
I
I
don't
can
know
have.
Who's Borsey?
your NPC.
Can I change?
Yeah.
No, I think it's at level 5. I can.
I don't know anymore.
Who's Boris again?
He was one of the guys that you branded in the
Oh, that's
forest.
right.
He's the big one.
Yeah, he's the one that I killed their captain by snapping his back on a tree.
I'm gonna use message to speak to him.
Okay, is he within range? Are you standing on the? If you're standing on the
It's
bed.
message. I can cast it just to speak to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oris. I thought I said 2 ships. And even if it's 1 ship, you got the smallest ship you can find.
He speaks back to you and he goes,
No.
"Oh, he's gonna speak back. He's gonna go. Well,
I don't think message is just
No,
both ways.
message.
oh, it's not
one
both
way.
ways."
He just hears me. Oris.
He goes.
And I tried to save you from Big Brother.
He goes. Anyway, do you all board the ship?
Of course. You're not his captain.
What?
We brand.
So,
Yeah, we branded him. We own him.
He's
our property,
bro.
Christian, you all get on the ship.
Sold him.
Sold him.
You get on the ship. These four monks they set the chest down onto the deck. 2 of them they put their hands by their sides and they bow at you, and they don't say anything, and then they get off the ship.
Say something to them.
You said that you were whispering things in their ears,
Yeah, I was bleeding their ears the whole way. Gentlemen,
and then so 2 of them leave.
go on.
2 of them leave. They get off the ship and they go back to where they're, and then 2 of them are still standing there. They don't say anything to you. They just stand there and they put their hands up like this and then they bow towards you, still making eye contact. And then they come back up.
Do they not have tongues?
Open
Open your mouth.
I like the bed like this.
Very perceptive.
Swear.
Both of them open their mouth and neither one of them have tongues.
Oh,
Hi.
so
Brandon,
would you
yeah, Brandon.
mind if I send one last convincing ball of fire at the boys walking away, or would this be a discrepancy between us?
Uh, One of them is they look at each other and then they go,
All right. You guys can stay. I know where your loyalty lies now.
yeah. So when I had you roll those d12, I rolled 4 d12, and you like the odds of you rolling the same numbers that I rolled were insane. I was only gonna let these characters stay if you rolled the same numbers that I did, and you rolled a 4 and a 1, which were 2 of them.
Sick.
So
Now, the ones walking away, have they got off the ship yet?
yeah, they get off the ship. They kind of swim back to shore.
Let's go. You stay.
Anyway, and then Boris is gonna look at me and go, "Captain, do we have our heading?"
I don't know. Where are we going?
2 ships.
We need to build a cannon. And we need to.
It's a cannon.
We do have something to do.
Lars is on the
Yes.
deck of the ship, and he's.
Yeah.
I don't know who has the blueprints. You guys should have written it down in your equipment.
One of us
I
did.
don't.
Okay. I'll just say, okay. I can take it. Total.
Yes. As he like calls me, I'm like rigging because I
So, Lars and
does stuff.
Lars and Boris are gonna go ahead.
These mean anything to you?
Boris is gonna go up to the helm. He's gonna grab the wheel and he's gonna spin it around.
Blueprints for an Arcanon. A cannon infused with a cannon that can cast spells and shots.
The boat turns around to leave the canal.
We're finally getting off this godforsaken island.
I have spent
After like
Years.
session.
years, decades trying to get off
Sessions?
this island.
Can't speak.
You've been on that island for like a month.
Decades.
So he passed
Feels
me
good
the
to be free.
blueprints.
So
Have
what
I
you're saying is
ever,
you're not much of a sailor.
with my
No,
background
no.
as a cannon
I'd much rather be in the water.
building art,
Just
artillery.
hard to ship.
would I
How much experience do you have?
be experienced enough to build
I
this?
sailed for a few years before.
Well, with the blueprints and with the prepared materials, yes.
People.
Do we have
I mean, if
materials?
you
How
were,
old
yeah,
are ya?
they bought all the materials.
How old are you?
So if you were like if you said, "Can I build a magic cannon with that?" I would say no. But because you have blueprints, like step-by-step instructions of how to do it,
To Smiths and tinkering tools.
yeah. So you and Sally, who are the two artificers on the ship, you guys are going to begin construction on the R cannon.
Do I get advantage because she's helping me?
Where's
You
Silver?
do. I'm glad you asked.
Boris, where's the bunny?
Boris is he's steering the ship through the canal to get out of the confines of the island. Boris is gonna go, I believe he's below deck.
Yeah, better be there.
I believe he's in the sleeping quarters.
I turn to him and go, yeah, if I get some help from that Sally girl, we can do it in about
Sorry. Bless you.
maybe 2 days. Do you have the materials?
Of course.
Right, let's get started. I want to take, motion to her and, read the blueprints while I
Yeah.
walk down to the
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
second floor.
Okay, while they're separating, I'm gonna go over to Captain Flint.
I'm gonna go find the bunny.
I'm so glad
I want to talk to Captain Flint for a second.
What am I rolling?
Okay, you go below deck.
Investigate.
Real quick,
Intelligence or performance? What?
I'd say performance because you're well with advantage because your role like Sally's helping you.
Right, so that's 16 if I'm doing performance.
Okay,
Investigation.
she rolled a 9, so it's gonna take you about 3 days.
Oh.
It's gonna take you a day longer than you
I'll
thought.
roll with advantage with her.
Hmm?
I thought she was helping me. That's why I rolled with the advantage.
Oh, but so well either way,
Okay,
it took. Sorry,
3
it,
days.
This is a brain
Got it.
fart. It's gonna take you a day extra than what you thought just because of the lower roll. So you two, you go below deck and you start fashioning the ship. We're gonna start with you two. Go
as
ahead.
he walks up to talk to me, I'm gonna say, "Can you have your boys follow them with the Residium?"
You heard him.
They
You heard the cat.
they look at you and they bow and then they grab the cart of Grisidium and they gather all of the materials that are needed and they follow you down.
Yes, now you got the stuff. It was all just piled on the deck. You guys left it. Okay,
Names for the boys.
1 and 2. All right, what'd you need?
One and thing two.
1 and 2.
We need to find a way
I
to
think it's something.
brand the new recruit
I think that
to initiate him.
I don't know if branding will be.
What
Got 3.
What is wrong with you?
Got
3
three
we need to
tongues.
brand.
I mended his crossbow.
I say we
by the
do
way. I
it.
forgot I had the mend.
I say we do it
cantrip.
in the middle of the night when they're all asleep.
I like the way you think.
They don't know what hit them.
You just hear from a below deck.
Don't drop that thing!
Silence.
Yeah.
Be sure to be ready.
Are you gonna go below deck to look for silver?
He already gave it to me.
As you go below deck, you calling out for him.
Silver! Blasted bunny, where you at, boy?
So you walk down the stairs, you turn left, and you kind of round to where you're looking towards the back of the ship under deck. You see like these hammocks strung up in between the ship's supports. Silver, his hat, his cowboy hat is kind of put over his eyes. His hands are behind his back, and he's just swinging in this hammock.
That blasted Boris would have brought us a second ship. Me, you, and this friggin' turtle, and these two monks, no tongues upstairs. We would be out of here selling the 7 Seas, maybe a library too, an armory, full scale.
He goes,
Quarters.
well, I've been somewhat by myself for a very long time. I'm just glad to have other people around.
It's nice. glad to be back on the water.
Here's the thing. I looked for another ship. I really did. But that Marcescent fella, he all but torched every single ship off this island.
Frack.
The one that you're standing on is the one that Flint got here on.
That's even worse. There's a little more than a barge left inland too. I don't think it's much more.
Well,
At least we're back on the water.
they're gonna have to start building their own ships if they're getting off that island. But for now, I say just go along.
She floats.
Indeed, she does.
Oh, take a look at this. Grab that.
He's gonna pull his hat up.
You've always been a man for arms.
He goes, he catches it in the hammock, and he looks at it and he goes,
What you think?
and he goes, good night. Where did you, he goes, where did you get this?
Captain screwed some old Sally bag back in the day. Chip's mom. I'll tell you what, woman's not the sharpest on the eyes, but her hands.
Can she hear this?
Her hands.
No.
Thank God. That woman's just masterful in her craft.
And then he goes,
Evidently, there's a second artifice on board now.
he goes, we have two, wait, there's another, we have artificers now.
Two. I reckon you should go up there and get yourself
Nope, I don't hear it.
He goes, what does it do? Is it
I haven't fired.
taking the Gracidium into effect?
I thought you could honestly tell me a bit about it.
Didn't even ask.
I didn't have the nerve to ask Sally.
Listen, partner. I deal with the crystals themselves. I have no idea what this contraption is that she's done built with your gun.
I'll go talk to the woman then.
You might want to do that. And then he's going to pull his blunderbuster off of his back and he's going to go, give this to her, see if she can do anything with it. Yeah.
While this is happening, I'm gonna get Chip and I'm gonna be like, "Come here, boy," and I'm gonna see what's in the treasure chest.
Okay.
Like, this is booty.
He's going to go, he's going to look, and as he gets closer, he goes, oh, something's not right about that chest.
What do you think?
See the illusionist's bones. it would have been
Do
So-
I hear this?
No, below
You're
top,
under
on
deck.
top.
So he opens the chest and he goes, he's looking at it and he goes, that's so strange. And then he like sticks his hand in and it's like legit just gold coins and jewels. And he goes, it's just normal money. And then he goes, but I think there's something inside of it that's not right.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Just Chip's disturbed.
Yeah. He's going to bend down. And he's going to try to grab the bottom of the chest to initially like pour out the money
I'm like, hold on,
onto
hold
the
on.
deck.
I'm like, Cognos, get the other side. We take it to the captain's quarters.
Aye.
All right, we're gonna carry it in
And he
there.
goes, okay.
Any coins spilled?
You ravenous beasts. About 15 coins spill out as he kind of gets it
Lower
up.
deck? Or
No, they
actually-
just fall onto the top deck.
I'm like, Chip, get those. And as we go into the captain's quarters, you're gonna see a massive. This is our same ship you said.
Yeah, this is the hunter ship that you commandeered.
So you're gonna see a massive, just wooden kind of area over in the corner that I've constructed at some point while we were
No,
sailing.
no, that ship's sank.
Yeah.
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 The ship that you're referring to
It's
sank.
just a regular.
This is the ship that you stole from the hunters.
Can I say that I moved my thing from the captain's quarters to this one? It's just
There's
wooden
a
bucket.
legit captain's
Yeah,
quarters.
it's just a wooden bucket basically. It's a big wooden.
So you
bucket
don't
that I
want to
dump-
use the actual captain's quarters. You just
No,
want
it's
to
in
use.
the captain's quarters.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
big. It's where I dump the money. It's the
Okay,
money,
okay.
Money bucket.
Money bucket. Okay.
Yeah,
Bucket
Same
of
with
money.
French.
Bucket of money.
I'm like, help me dump this
There would
in
be
here.
a bucket there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I lay on it like Scrooge
Full
McDuck.
crap.
It's where I
So
sleep.
you dump out
Yeah.
this money into the corner on top of this bucket,
Yeah.
and as you dump all this money out, the last thing that falls out, you see it just goes ting ting ting, and it skips and it falls down, and it's a little dagger. It doesn't look extraordinary by any means. It just looks like a dagger, and then Chip points at it and he goes, "That's it." He goes, "That's what I've been feeling. It doesn't feel right."
Did you feel left?
You're not in the captain's quarters.
He's looking up through the floorboards.
What do you mean it doesn't feel right?
He's like, I don't know. Something about it.
I'm gonna use divine sniff.
You have to do it. You have to actually do it.
Yeah. I'm just pick up the dagger and go.
You pick it up.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch it, you feel a sharp pain go up your arm. You hear a voice in your head. Nobody else hears this. You hear a voice in your head and it goes, "Finally." And then that's all you hear.
You did.
Did y'all just say something?
No. Did he get anything on his sniff?
I just felt that shock.
The way that Divine Sniff works is he can detect celestial fiend or undead. But those are all like
So he didn't get any of that.
beings. This is an item. So no, he did not get anything from his Divine Sniff. The old snifferoonie.
Well,
I just heard a voice in my head when I picked it up.
And he goes, Chip goes, "That is horrifying." And he's just going to turn around and walk out of the captain's quarters.
It also, like, I felt something go up my arm, very sharp.
ask the 8-ball what it thinks.
Good idea.
It's two things that talk to him now.
I shake
Literally, he's just schizophrenic.
None of them actually talk.
What is it? What is it again?
Wisdom.
Wisdom of 13.
10 minutes ago, why nothing?
Yeah, you stare for 10 minutes, nothing.
It will not answer. You try.
Alright, I take it.
Roll a wisdom.
Oh god.
Nothing. I pass it back to him. I'm like, I'll give it a try.
20 minutes later, while they're passing this ball around, are you two doing anything? You're just using your time to work on the cannon, right?
Walk back to the artificers.
I kind of made like a makeshift workshop, like a table
Okay.
for my anvil. But then after I do that, I'm going to use one of my magic items as artificer.
Mhm.
I'm gonna build it for the day. I'm gonna build sending stones.
Cool.
So it's 2 stones.
They can communicate like walkie-talkies.
I'm guessing that's what I'm thinking.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm gonna walk and give him one because he's the one that gave me the blueprints.
Cool beans.
And we'll go, if you need anything, and I hand him a
Conspiracy
sending
afoot.
stone.
As a matter of fact, Torty, I do need something.
And I'm not
Cognos.
the wiser.
Yo, we are.
I want to make sure I'm right on that. The
We're just
sending
upstairs
stone.
playing
Cognos.
balls.
Yeah, we're.
Add cutting edge to your inventory. Cutting edge dagger.
And I rolled a 17 plus 1.
For the ball, for the pearl.
Yeah.
So you hold it, you stare at it, and you see that gray swirling. It kind of clears, and you see the sand, and it writes in, "Hello, Flint."
I'm like, tell me, dudes, what just happened to our boy here?
And then it's gonna write in, "What boy?" Question mark.
Your owner, Kavnos. He had a run-in with a talking stick.
It's just gonna write in the sand. It's gonna go, "Kavnos is not my owner," and then it's gonna go down. It's gonna say, "I believe there is some form of curse." ...
Great. I look at him like, oh,
I think you're cursed.
well. That
I
makes
failed on asking it another question.
Okay, so it just goes, "Goodbye."
Well, you're cursed. Good luck. And I said, by the way, get your ball under control. Then I hand it back to him.
I just said I'm not its owner.
Torty,
Yes.
what do you make of this? Pull out the Haragon blunderbuss. Our residence armsman there,
Oh,
Master Presidium. I want you to take a peek at his blunderbuss. Maybe
so
fix
that's
it up
what
a
you
bit?
call the crystals.
Yeah, that's what he calls it. He's the master. I'd speak to the Haragon any further knowledge on it. I just know it does not like when you cast fireball.
Okay. I'm going to use a first level spell.
Okay.
As a ritual. So it's 10 minutes. So I don't expel a spell slot because I'm casting a ritual. I'm going to take 10 minutes and identify it.
Okay.
Oh, take a peek at it. Thank you, Torty. And it's Sally.
Horty torty.
Are you identifying the blunderbuster?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see what makes it work.
Okay.
Everything.
Cool.
Oh, while you're at it, you want to do the same for this one?
I take 20 minutes.
Okay.
Before I go back to
You're
Sally.
still too scared to ask Sally about it? What a wimp.
Sally is standing at this workbench that he's constructed, and she's just working on the parts for the Arcanon.
So after he left, I want to try to attune to the dagger.
Cool.
So,
How long does attunement take again?
was it 30 minutes?
Resident rule master. 10 minutes.
2
Okay.
minutes unless specified otherwise.
After
I
we-
DM.
Is ritual 10 or an hour? Do you remember?
It's 10 minutes.
It's 10
I
minutes.
think it's 10 minutes.
Well, if you want to cast, usually.
Most things are 10 minutes.
Yeah, they specify otherwise.
I have it as a ritual.
You have
so I-
ritual caster ability, or can artificer just ritual cast?
we just cast it.
Yeah, they're just ritual casting on there.
As you all are sailing out to sea
Your things.
in a
Yeah,
southeast
there's no
direction,
naturally fit ritual.
the sun, Boris is at the helm. You guys don't have to worry about steering. Boris and Lars are currently, spearheading the ship's performance while you guys are out doing whatever.
Nice.
The sun is starting to set on the horizon. It's very beautiful. You see the orange glows traveling across the surface of the water.
Oh.
Um,
Sunsetting.
The two monks, they're going to come up to you and they're going to look at you and they're just going to stare at you. And in your head, you're going to hear, "May we be dismissed for the evening." His mouth does not move at all. And they're both just staring at you.
He's
I was hoping
schizophrenic
they were
too.
mimes.
We're all schizophrenic.
Oh, evidently it doesn't go both ways. Yes.
And he goes, and in your head you hear, "Thank you." And then they kind of bow at you, and then they,
One moment. You do have names.
he goes, "You can call us whatever you'd like."
Oh, well, then, whatever you like, thank you. Have a good night.
Whatever you like.
He kind of smirks a little bit, and then they both turn around and they walk back towards the barracks.
Funny guy. Haha.
You said you wanted to talk to Sally?
Yeah.
Making your move, bro.
Tell you what, Sally, this focus I gave you, the musket, so how the holy heck do I actually use it?
And she goes,
Because I saw you blast a gaping hole into one of the boys in my book here.
Your gaping hole.
Can I do that?
she goes, "Well, not necessarily, unless you can cast the same spell that I did.
Okay.
You see, the way that your rifle is going to work now is you load a normal round into it, and with the Grisidium on the sight line here, and she kind of like shows you it.
Yeah.
She goes, "You cast your spell through it. If you can almost, the way that I designed it is you need to try and channel your spell through this little sight line of this crystal, and it will imbue your magic into your round."
More of a pure focus. Let's try that.
She goes, I did it first try. It shouldn't be hard for a spellcaster like you.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I'm not a very good spellcaster.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to finish this part up and then I'm going to go to sleep."
Please welcome my baby, the Arcanon. Lovely thing.
She's gonna go,
I'm gonna go attune to this for the rest of the night.
okay. You attune to the cutting edge, and you find out that, as soon as you attune to it, it goes, "I've been waiting so long."
For what?
Blood.
Great.
He knows what this is.
Very uncomfortable.
He knows exactly what this is. And then, do you say anything back to it? He's gonna go, "The more blood you give me, the stronger you get."
Sounds like a deal.
The whole itself says.
Just made a deal with the devil.
Literally.
I'm just laying on top of the money we dumped into the big bin,
Okay.
sleeping.
As the night goes on, are you all going to rest or stay up and do whatever? If you stay up, if you stay up through the night, you take a point of exhaustion. So I know that some of your races don't sleep,
Yeah,
but you have to
I'll rest
meditate.
for my full length of rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought you go into a trance.
It's
What's
4
the
hours.
damage?
Yeah.
Like, what?
You want to take exhaustion?
You didn't take any damage.
No, I meant like for the dagger.
Oh,
Like,
it's like a D4.
And
It's
you
just
have
a-
range of 60 to throw.
It's just a dagger. Well, it's not just a dagger, but like it has the same stats as a dagger, like melee wise.
I'm gonna work on the cannon a little bit, but right when it hits, I'll say like I have keen mind, so I know what time it is and what direction we're going.
Right.
So right when it hits around 11:30, I'll pass out.
Okay.
But right when I wake up, get back to work.
Okay. So
Around 3 a.m. when I wake up and read the Book of Death. Or the Book of the Damned.
okay.
Oh.
Do you wake up at all, or do you just sleep, even though you don't need to sleep?
Where are we going?
You're just heading southeast.
We just never decided. The boat just took off. And who's piloting the boat?
Boris.
Boris.
Boris is steering the ship. He's spearheading it, and Lars is helping him keep everything kind of intact and
I just
going.
walk up to them, banjo out, and just plugging. And I'm like, where are we headed?
He goes.
No accent.
He goes.
Where are we headed, boys?
Where are we headed?
Where are we headed?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. You didn't really give me a heading, so I just started going southeast.
You have any good loot lately?
He goes, well, there are a few islands that I am acquainted with. It's been a while since I've been on the sea. So we can head to one of these islands if you prefer.
Nothing better to do.
And then he goes, aye, Captain.
And then he kind of just keeps steering the ship.
You guys metagaming?
Stop
I'm just
metagaming.
trying to figure out his blade.
Yeah, actually. So you
As the night progresses, are you standing on the main deck? Who's on the main deck and who's under deck?
I'm under deck.
Under deck.
Yeah, who's
Yeah, I'm under deck.
Under deck.
Before I take my long rest, can I do something?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to you with your dagger. I'm gonna say, do you mind if I try something?
Depends on what it is.
I'm gonna attempt to communicate with your voicey friend. Get some answers.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna say, no, I'm not touching it. Put it on the ground.
Oh.
I'm just like,
You don't want the courtesy.
no, not quite. So he puts
On
it
the ground.
All right, he puts it on the ground, and I'll be like, you tell me if you hear anything. And I'm just that zone of truth, and now no one within the zone that fails the check can lie.
Okay.
So let's see. Let me pull up the exact on that. I
Is it
believe
10?
it's just my spell save DC.
Like 13.
Until the spell ends, creature enters the spell's area. First time it's target. Make a charisma saving throw against 8.
18. It fails. Like, kind of
Okay.
dramatically.
On
What
the
are they,
failed
like
save, the
3?
creature cannot speak a deliberate lie in the radius. You know if the creature succeeds or fails on the saving throw. So I would know that it
Do
failed.
I have to roll?
And
Well, yeah, if you're in the zone, you have to roll as well.
it does say the affected creature is aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions that it would normally respond to with a lie. And it can be an evasive, but it cannot tell any lies. And I'm like,
What is it, charisma?
oh, yeah. But, I mean, charisma saving throw of 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, ask it your questions. It cannot lie to you. I felt its presence. It has failed. It can tell you nothing but the truth.
So, like, what do you want me to ask?
Oh,
I don't know. Find out something about it, dadgummit. And I just slap it across the
What
head.
Ow!
This is your chance for answers.
Not that smart, okay?
You can tell.
this is
Um, Where do you come from?
Your own imagination.
Well, that doesn't make sense because you're physical.
I'm not physical at all.
What is it saying?
It's saying it's from my imagination. That's not. I say it.
Oh,
it's not
so
physical
you're-
at all.
You're just schizo.
Yeah. Maybe.
Ask it what it wants or something.
What do you want?
I want you to not say a word of this to anybody.
Well. I'm like, did it say anything back?
Yes.
No.
He can't lie to me.
He
He
can't
cannot
lie.
respond, but if he says something, it has to be.
Oh, yeah, he's in
He's in the zone.
I'm getting answers whether they want them to or not. And I'm like, well, I felt some hesitation there. Must be messing with you.
It's being aggressive.
Ask it if there's any way we can get rid of it.
Is there any way to get rid of you?
No.
It said no.
Oh, that's not good.
And even if there was, why would I tell you that?
He said even if there was, why would I?
Stop telling him
I
things.
can't help it, man.
Ask it if it,
Can't help it.
He's talking to himself. Is what it
ask
looks
it if
like.
it was once alive, now it's dead.
Were you once alive and now you've been transported to this object?
No.
No. So it's not dead.
Are you dead?
No.
Okay. That rules out some of our options.
So it's not a fiend.
He's like, I'm done talking to you. And then you hear nothing in your mind.
You said it's done talking.
Ask it why it's such a whim. I'm trying to provoke it.
Why are you such a wimp?
You don't hear anything.
No response.
Well, that told me nothing.
Yeah.
And it's gone, and I go to bed.
Okay.
Get my spell slots back.
Wait.
Oh, it's time for the initiation. So I guess we try to sneak in. And
What time is it?
Probably around midnight.
Okay, I'm just now getting ready to go bed.
For brevity's sake, can we just roll to see if we succeed or fail on branding the monks?
Sure.
Okay, because I feel like we've done enough nonsense for right now.
Do we both roll?
Do we add anything to this roll or just flat?
Just flat.
I
I'm
got
gonna.
13. What'd you get?
3.
So I got a 13. Do we brand one of them at least? Is
No.
that? No. Okay. So they find out it's an awkward moment.
Yeah. They
No
just.
one's branded.
Are they calling towards me?
Anyway. I need all of you. Or who's above deck and who's under deck?
I'm under.
Below.
Go
Under.
to sleep.
Everyone's up
Under.
I'm on top of the pile of money in the captain's quarters. Which
Okay.
I guess is top back, or is it in below deck?
Okay,
Go
so
be top back.
top
Yeah.
back.
So I'm technically on top, but I'm in the captain's quarters.
Okay, so but you're covered.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
picturing
sleeping on
Sea
the
of
money.
Thieves brig, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. The back of this brig has like a small little captain's quarters on the back.
Okay.
So he's covered.
Sleeping on a pile of money.
Money.
So as the night progresses, I need all of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh. What time is it?
Dirty 20.
It's about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Okay, I'm not awake yet.
Dirty 20.
Ten.
Okay.
10.
10.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I have to fix my stuff.
Come on, man.
Why don't you know your character?
I leveled up and I hadn't changed everything yet. So, dexterity saving throw 14, 15, 17.
Okay. So you two pass. The other two fail, and every other crew hand on the ship except for Lars fails. As all of you were just getting into your meditations, or
Sleep? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would be meditating on sleep.
and
When I go to sleep, I go into my shell.
because you guys were below, you did not notice during the time that you were all taking your rest that it started raining, and now it is pouring. Waves are pounding the side of the ship. The ship gets hit so hard by a wave on its broadside that most of you are thrown down and knocked prone, except for the ones who saved. You kind of wake up in a bit of a panic, and you just hear Lars up top go, "Somebody help!"
I want to just run up and just start also like giving commands like, grab the rigging, put your lifelines on so you don't fall over.
Lars
Grab a sail.
he's got his shoulder braced up against one of the pegs of the stern, just trying to keep the ship going the same direction. He's like, "The storm, she's going to take us down."
Oh, she won't. And I'm gonna like just grab and like, which way's the wind?
It's like
Which direction? Because I know directions. For Kingmont.
southwest.
Southwest.
Which is the way we're almost going to be going.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it's like
But yeah, it's just
Which-
hard, and you're getting pounded by waves.
we're go-
Lightning
so-
is cracking.
the waves are going with the wind.
yes.
Correct.
Okay, so take the ship around. Get it due southwest directly.
And he's going, I'm trying! And Boris is like down on the ground and he's gonna try to get up and try to help you guys. So go ahead and roll me a strength check, please. I'm gonna have all three of you roll strength.
14.
Okay, they got 13 and 11. So you guys you're keeping it up, but just barely. Like, it's a struggle for all three of you.
Well,
Yeah, to
wheel.
keep the wheel from spinning on its own.
I am. Alright. Is the wheel like damaged or anything? Or no?
No,
It's
not.
just being-
I mean,
Okay.
not yet.
Ooh. I don't. Can I do this? Or
You can
is there any
certainly.
way?
You can try.
Okay. I cast Arcane Lock on the wheel to lock it in place.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So it goes up and it goes and locks.
Yeah, and it has to.
Yeah, describe your magic to me.
Sounds like a cool opportunity.
Okay. As I hold out my hand, there's like a wrist gauntlet on each of my hands,
Mhm.
and it heats up, and a magical lock just clamps around the wheel.
That's really cool.
So,
And then Boris goes, "Oh, that will buy us some time. We need to get the sails in."
so in order
Why?
for like the wheel,
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna jump to help.
Yeah, it's like
I guess Obi
grab
can
a
do
rope,
it the
slide
same.
down the sail.
Okay, everybody, just roll me a flat roll. Tell me what you're doing, and then roll me a flat roll.
I got a nat 1 for helping do the same.
Same.
I got a 9 for I'm gonna wait until something actually seems
question:
to go wrong.
Did they put their
you're gonna
lifelines
help
on?
Did you put your lifelines on?
I'm under the thing still.
You're under deck.
Yeah, I'm still kind of.
Did I?
Did I?
didn't say we did.
Then you didn't.
Seal.
Both of you
They're
pick.
both aquatic. though, so-
Both of you,
He's a monster.
both of you roll. Both of you roll a d8, please.
Right.
Both
Got a
roll
3.
critical ones.
Okay.
So I'm not.
I got a 5.
What's the damage we take?
Kavnos, you while both of you are trying to reel in these sails, both of you critically fail. A gust of wind blows into the sail. Flint, you feel the rope kind of go through your hands, and I need you to take 6 points of rope burn damage. But Kavnos, you are a bit stronger than Flint, and your grip is a bit grippier. As this wind fills the sail, it's going to pull you up into the air. On a critical fail, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
14.
You lose your grip, and you are going to fall 15 feet, bam, right back onto the deck of the ship. How does that feel?
Solid, man.
How does that feel, buddy boy? And you're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I feel great.
So the lock,
Mhm.
it can't be dispelled unless I say it.
Right.
You can unlock it with a password. Password is Cowabunga.
Nice.
You get the reference. And it is suppressed for a minute.
Okay.
You have to be within 5 feet when you say the password.
Right.
If you use the knock spell, it's suppressed for 10 minutes.
Okay.
But to break it, whatever DC it is to break the will loose,
Mm-hmm.
plus 10.
Okay, cool. It's really cool. Alright, so, you are now prone. Your hands are almost literally on fire. And
Is anyone else taking damage at this point, or just me?
just you and Kavnos.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
How about you?
Okay.
So the ship is locked into where it's going.
Yeah, at this point, I hear something going on. Okay, so let me go.
You guys.
I kind of just wanted them to deal with this.
Yeah, alright. Great. I'll go check on him. I'll yell down. Come on.
As soon as you open the door, like it's hard to open the door up to the top deck. As soon as you open it up, you're almost immediately drenched, like raining almost like sideways, and
Yeah, buddy, now.
waves are coming up onto the ship. And he goes, "Dadgummit!" And he's gonna throw his hat down onto the ground so it doesn't blow off in the storm. And both of you run up deck, and he's gonna go, "Captain, what do you need help with?"
So,
I'm looking at the bunny
real
surprise.
quick, what are the sails doing now that we failed with the ropes?
They're just like it is just
I cast
flapping in the
grab
wind.
ropes.
Okay.
This one, bunny.
They're not particularly strong, though.
Yeah, Mei-chan's not particularly strong,
How
is it?
particularly strong is this?
I'm pretty sure they. Yeah, 10 pounds, and this is. They can carry 10 pounds, but this is way more than 10 pounds of pressure on this sail.
Pressure or force.
Like the wind, imagine like if you tie like a sheet to a clothesline and it's just whipping in the wind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go secure the sails, and I'm going to attempt to use shaped water to grab one of the ropes and then freeze it to the side of the boat.
Very cool. Okay. You don't have to roll.
No, it's a cantrip, and you don't have to roll for that, but I am.
Roll performance. I say that a lot. I like performance.
21, very.
Yeah, so you reach up, you cast shape water, like this block of ice forms, the rope kind of falls down to the side of the ship, and then you freeze it to the side of the ship. So one side is down, you just have like the other side going.
I'll throw the soak up. I cast web.
Oh!
Rope and the rope.
Roll hit.
and- Oh wait.
We have any.
Okay.
Can I roll
So,
for,
dirty 27.
Yeah, it hits. So
Dude, we're
you go.
rocking.
He's in the ground.
is there any structural damage to the whole?
I got a ton of gold.
No, just a lot of hard rain and wind and waves. You guys are all thoroughly wet. Stop it.
Okay. If that's all, I'm gonna go finish the rest.
Is there anything else we need to do right now on the ship immediately, or is it?
There was so much
Is
help.
there any damage to the ship?
I mean, there's a little bit of. Did you I know Silver didn't close it, but did you close the door to the bottom deck? I mean, other than some water in the bottom deck, nothing, no real structural damage. You're all just gonna have trench foot.
Same goes with 2 other sugars.
I'm gonna walk up to the water, like walk up to the door and use shake water to pull it out and show them it's working.
Cool.
I forgot I had this cantrip for just now, so I'm finally using it.
Just try.
So So
Chip's mom can attest.
okay. Anyway, so
Pirates.
you all
you.
you all mastered this storm as if it was never even a problem to begin with. Lars and Boris just suck. You guys all get to the point to where you can just go under deck, go into the captain's quarters. The wheel is locked, the sails are locked, and you kind of just are riding out the storm. You can all finish your long rest. The morning when you wake up, there's a little bit of, like, the sails are a little tattered, but they're not, like, ripped to where it's going to hinder their performance. Everything is still, like, damp and wet. The sun is starting to rise. What do you all do?
I'm gonna go properly secure the rope that I froze to the boat.
Okay.
Oh,
What about the Oreos?
we can put the boys to work. That
Yeah,
seems,
we've all rested.
that seems
Yeah.
a bit below us to secure it ourselves. Get the boys to work.
I dispelled the arcane.
Okay.
They can use
Yeah,
it
so-
freely after.
Yeah, so Boris, he takes the helm, and then Lars is going to climb up to the crow's nest. And he's going to look out, and he's going to go, "Captain, you may want to see this."
I pull up my periscope, like, where am I looking?
Off to the right side of the ship, you see an island. And with your spyglass, you can see a dock and a little port town.
I ain't be a land ho.
yelled.
Chip, your mum's out here again.
I throw the periscope at him.
Chip's gonna go, what did you just say?
Sally, let's go. We need to finish this cannon.
And she's like, he's like, okay, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but that's fine. And they start working. And Boris can go,
Captain, should I make way for land?
oh, also there's 1,500, there was 1,500 gold
1,500. That's.
in the chest.
I better get a little extra bro. There's kind
I
of.
just figured we'd leave it as like the collective. We use this for the ship stuff, kind of, because I'm sure we're
Yeah,
gonna need to
but-
upgrade it eventually.
From what I heard earlier, you sank your last ship, so
You didn't even help.
I wasn't there.
Captain,
Exactly.
should I take us to shore?
Do I see anything on the island that looks suspicious, or like any reason that we should be concerned?
No, it just looks like a port town.
It's not a real island. It's magic.
And the torch is a.
As you guys pull up to the island, it's time for me to bust out a new map.
My pockets are feeling heavy. My mind is.
Does this one have another war going on? I hope not.
This island is a lot smaller
Ain't.
than
Let's
ever.
search for some
And a lot more
spells.
vibrant.
This island is a lot smaller than Everbend.
One Piece.
The One Piece is real.
We're literally One Piece right now.
Boris and Lars do a very good job of pulling the ship into port, tying up the sails, and there are people on the dock. One of the first things that you notice it is very, very hot and humid. Imagine Florida in July. That's what this island feels like.
Good. I'm in the swamp, so I'm good.
So even with the morning sea breeze coming off of the ocean onto the island, it is still hot and muggy and just all around just like uncomfortable in the crotch
Can I cook an
region.
omelet on the deck?
Hmm?
Is it hot enough to cook an omelet on the deck?
No, I mean you can certainly try.
Which means no.
What you do? Take your breastplate off and set it down.
What island did we just come from?
Cook it.
Everbend.
I read. All right, as I disembark from the boat, I'm gonna be like, "Hear ye, hear ye! We be the heroes of Everbend, and we be coming in search of golden glory." Aye.
There are a bunch of people
Yeah.
on the docks, and when you disembark and you're looking at these people that are working on the docks, the first thing that you notice about them is that all of them are dressed like they're in the middle of a winter storm. All of them have thick fur coats on, like mittens, like earmuffs, and they're all moving things around. And then like one of them is like he stops, he bends over and he breathes into his hands and rubs his hands together.
What drugs are you on?
Okay.
There visible signs of like sweating? Is their body reacting to the heat, or does it entirely seem like their body?
You can make an investigation.
I want to make a Arcana check and see.
Go ahead.
Can I make a history check?
Yes.
I got a 2.
I'll make different
You just look at them and you just see that they look funny wearing their fur coats.
Strange people.
12? There's a twinge of some magic, but not like enough to be noticeable to you.
14 in history.
I'd say you may have heard of this you may have heard of like the weather patterns of like the Castor Seas, and that this area generally never gets cold.
With
I should
my
be
check.
quite acclimated to the tropics.
With my check, I'm going to just those over.
Strange folk.
Something's off. I don't know though.
You know the best way to learn more about townspeople?
Sniff it.
You talk to the fools.
Should I see how they react to a real winter storm?
So like, and as far as you can see, everyone, every dock worker, every person like off in the distance of the town, they're all dressed in these thick winter clothes, and they all look like they're like freezing.
Oh, that's weird.
And they notice you, the only people in town that are not wearing winter clothes.
I mean, armor could be
Are you
We wouldn't be wearing armor. I mean, I feel like it's pretty hot out.
I'm gonna be like,
I'm always wearing armor.
I mean, think of like 95 degrees, 100% humidity. Like it's
So
miserable.
Louisiana.
Yeah, it's
Literally.
miserable.
We're literally in the
Seeing
middle
the
of Katrina.
stains.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him, be like, do you have circulation issues or something?
And then he goes,
Are you
like
anemic?
he's like physically shivering. He's like, no. He goes, there's a problem in the town.
Yeah, we can tell.
It seems to be in your head, actually.
And he goes, whatever. If you stick around long enough, you'll find out. And then he kind of like walks back to doing what he was doing.
And get back on the boat.
So they're just having cold. They're just cold sweating.
Huh?
They're just cold sweating.
They're not sweating. They're just freezing. Like they look like their skin is pale white. Like they look like they're standing outside in the middle of a blizzard.
It's like, well, like
When
So we can find
when did this start?
He's gonna look at you and he's gonna go,
Yes.
oh.
The townsfolk.
He goes, it started
You're gonna finally get to see
it started about a couple weeks ago, I think.
Has the
just-
temperature stayed the same, or you get colder or hotter?
And he goes, listen, I don't know much. I just know that it started getting really cold. If you want real answers, you should probably talk to the Tsar.
The Czar, where can we find him?
You-
To get to know a place.
And then he goes,
Hey, Chip.
you can find the Tsar in his palace. It's past the market. And then he's gonna go, I really need to get this done so I can go home.
Is there a tavern?
He goes, of course. He goes, you'll find it on the way to the Tsar. It's near the market.
Hey, Chip. You want to come get a drink with me and your pops?
And then he goes,
Thank you for your help.
Chip's like, actually, I think I'm okay. I think
No,
I'm.
Chip, this is kind of a mandatory thing.
We're gonna teach you how to learn about an island.
And then he's gonna go, fine. He's gonna go, Mom, just keep working on the cannon, please. And she's gonna go,
Silver can stay with it.
she's gonna be like, yep, I didn't even want to go anyway. Silver's like,
Well, how could I be of any assistance?
so they're all.
Don't let her blow up the ship.
You're talking to the expert in Grasidium.
Good.
Also, the man who darn near killed himself. Well, he'll be fine.
We don't talk about that.
He also used
He
to
would give himself
be a
in
coward.
Minecraft.
Yeah, Mike.
All right, and now that we are on this island, I am going to introduce to you all a new mechanic.
Aye.
Lightsaber.
And it's not a new mechanic, but it's a mechanic that I'm going to use. It's called corruption points. Okay?
Well, I mean, we're all pirates. I feel like we're pretty corrupted.
Not like that. Not like
Gold's
that.
definitely not gold.
Not like that. So I'm going to have all of you go ahead and roll. 1 second, please.
Bro, that's already 11:45. That's stupid.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Con save? Come on, man. Con on, man.
23.
Nice,
15.
nice.
Right, so we know 15 is good at least.
16 gate.
Nice.
4.
So, as you all are,
Paladin's getting more and more.
13 blade. Get the lowest.
Yeah, you get more corrupt.
as you all are walking, you are going to take a point of corruption.
How do you
We can just
quantify
write
that?
it down.
I'm gonna be even more corrupt about
Hmm?
it.
How do you quantify that?
Just 1 point minus 1. And what that is going to subtract from you, you are now going to have a minus 1 to your intelligence.
Oh.
Is that even
Oh,
different?
shoot.
It's
Wait,
not
That's
even
not
different.
even different. Yeah. I'm
No.
very stupid.
So,
So now it's -2?
yeah, now it's negative 2.
I mean,
Like, it's stacking.
Well, don't change it there, because then you won't,
Yeah,
you won't remember it.
Yeah, just put it to the side.
You literally cast a -1 of intelligence on press sleeve.
And as you feel that as you gain this point of corruption, you feel like a slight chill down your spine. And Chip feels the same thing. He kind of like, you kind of see Chip's walking in front of you. You kind of see like goosebumps come up on the back of his neck, and he goes,
I won't walk up behind him.
like he got a
Are
cold
you
chill.
getting cold feet?
And he goes, no, I don't think so. Just I think the wind caught me and gave me a little cold chill.
There's nothing more heartwarming than a nice belly full of ale.
He's like, well, then let's get going.
Any of you coming to the tavern?
I'm going with you.
Get to know the place.
So as you all walk off of the docks into the town, you see this side of this town is just yucky. It's slums. There are people like living in like mud and dirt. They all look dirty, but they're all still wearing, to the best of their ability, these winter clothes. They're not as nice as the dock workers, but they're managing. You see like moms with their kids around them, like with these big blankets on. Everybody's cold. Everybody's huddled up around fires. There's like, the barrel fires. They're all just trying to stay warm.
Oh, so
Do we see the tavern?
You guys are in this area. They said that the tavern was more up towards the market area.
We head that way.
The longer you walk through this, more and more people start to notice you because you're the only 5 people in the entire city that aren't freezing to death. So they're all paying notice to you, but they're all kind of just minding their own business nevertheless. You guys will get up to this main area, and you see this you see this big market district here in the middle. There are like barrel fires everywhere, and everywhere people are like buying and selling, and they're also kind of like trying to run back to these fires to get as warm as they possibly can. And off to your left, you would see a big wooden sign carved out that says tavern.
Aye, there it is, boy. Come on,
Hey,
you two.
you got a library around here?
What?
I said to somebody, a library around here.
You just ask like a passerby, and she's like, not necessarily. The Tsar has books.
Interesting.
She goes, if you'll excuse me, and then kind of like hobbles away.
I want to walk up to one of the fires.
Okay.
I might ask him, do you have a person that sells like ingots, like iron ingots, steel ingots, for metal work?
I mean, we have a blacksmith.
Where might he be?
And she just points like across the market district to like a guy who's got like his own little huddle set up like kind of to the side of the market district, kind of over in this general area.
I will say, thank you, and toss her a silver piece.
She looks at it, she goes, thank you.
Don't mention it. Stay warm.
It's like, believe me, we're trying.
And we won't go to the blacksmith.
Cool.
Right.
What are you two like whispering about over here?
He whispered something to me. I didn't hear what it was, and I whispered back to him when you whisper that they don't know what you're talking about. So wait to stay at the table.
So you're going to the blacksmith? You go to the blacksmith. You 4, you 3, and Chip are
Drinks it is.
going to the tavern.
Okay. So we get to the door, and I immediately kick it full strength. Just kick it open.
Okay.
Please tell me it's a swinging door.
Oh, it's just like a normal door. So like you kick it open, everybody's heads turn. Everybody's heads turn and look at you, and then the people closest to the door, they kind of shiver harder, as if when the door opened, a blast of cold air came into the tavern.
This is happening. Chip, just a premise. I've never been to the bar with your father before.
I'm like, I'll show you how it's done. I stroll right up to the bar. I pull up a seat, and I go, what's your most expensive meal?
And he goes, right now, anything hot.
Serve it up.
And he's going to go, right away, sir. And he's going to lean back, and he's got like this little, like, almost like a Bunsen burner. Like, he kind of like snaps his fingers, and like this little fire comes out of his hand. And he pulls this mug of ale over and kind of heats up the ale, slaps it on the counter, and then slides it to you.
Hot ale and a hot tea. Disgusting. I down it, throw the glass on the ground, and break it. I'm like, I'm going to need you to tell me about this here town.
And then he goes, well, this is Steyr Island, and this is Steyerton. The Tsar was not very creative.
What's the Tsar's name?
Yay, tell us about your Tsar.
We just call him the Tsar.
So, yeah, he rules you people.
Well, that's what Tsar means. It means ruler.
Your town be cursed.
And he goes, to a certain degree, outsider.
Funny you say degree. Freezing your balls off and it's 90 degrees out there.
Do they seem kind of elusive to you?
Well, These foul creatures. Oh, sorry. They burned other books. So, I mean, what can you expect?
This is how I like to get information. I'm just gonna grab the guy nearest me at the bar by the back of his hair and just punch him right in the face.
Oh my god! Roll the hit.
So fun.
I don't even know these guys.
16.
Okay, roll initiative.
Flint.
Bar fight, and we just got in here.
Listen,
Okay, let's do this.
Literally, one of my character flaws I've never got to use it to this point is it
Oh,
likes to
God.
get to know a new place by a tavern brawl.
4.
12.
This
Hey,
thing's going to die.
5.
boys, make sure to keep these weapons harnessed. Keep this fists in.
5.
I full well
So,
know.
How much?
Cells.
How much?
12.
And Presley, you got 4.
Good luck, boys.
Oh god, my dagger's probably gonna be like, blood.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this moment since we started the campaign. Our fight?
Oh, man.
Yeah. I literally.
Oh, that's why he
character
wanted to
sheet.
go to a bar.
Yeah. I couldn't do it at the last island we went to because they were like in war and everything was on fire.
So the guy that you punched, you grab him, you punch him right in the back of the head. He whips up and he throws an elbow at you, just right off the bat. You punch him in the back of the head. He goes,
Yeah.
what the? And then just throws an elbow at you.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Bard's gonna die.
He's alright.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
So he throws his elbow back and just clocks you like right in the side of the face. And I need you to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. And then he's gonna go, what the heck was that for?
I'm like, I just spit the blood and I'm like, I'm gonna need some information and I crack my knuckles.
And then he goes, go talk to the Tsar. And then Christian, it's your turn.
No.
Well, I'm not much for fighting, but why not? Does a 14 hit?
Yes, it does.
Unarmed? I don't know how much damage I do.
1d4 is unarmed strike.
1d4.
1 plus 1d4.
1 plus 1d4?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 damage.
Okay, so you reel up, you throw a
That
punch.
seems like a new way of talking, but.
And he goes, oh, he's like, what are you trying to do here?
I don't know. Rolling good. I like this though.
From behind, do you do anything else on your turn?
Hot for this. No.
From behind Cobb's nose, another person, he goes, stop messing with my friend. And then you does a
Flint.
We need some tavern fight.
Chip, take
does a 16 hit?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so
music.
from the back, like from behind you, you hear, don't mess with my friend, and you just feel like somebody go ding on the back of your helmet, and then he goes, ah!
Turn around and be like,
Divine Smite.
Andrew, it's now your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
the tides.
I'm gonna go. I need as much information about this Tsar as all of you know. And as I say that, I'm going to cast Sleet Storm and have just an actual freezing storm blow through the door of the
Oh
building.
my gosh.
You're gonna
You might kill him, honestly. Explain to me what freezing storm
I'll
does.
cast Fireball if it.
Sleet Storm, until the spell ends, a freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot cylinder with a 40-foot radius, centered around a point you choose within range.
That's the entire bar.
The area is heavily
Cast
obscured,
freezing
and
layer.
all exposed flames are immediately doused. So all the fire's out. The ground is covered in slick ice, making it difficult terrain. And when a creature enters the spell's area for a turn or starts its turn there, it makes a dex saving throw. On a fail, it falls.
So we have to cast to keep standing.
Yeah. So everything is just pouring.
Is that your
freezing rain
action?
through the doors?
That feels better.
Instantaneously, this fight is over.
Yeah.
As every single person in this bar drops to their knees and is like trying to huddle and stay as warm as they possibly can.
Oh, I'm like, tell us of your Tsar.
He goes, he's just the guy who rules over us.
How so?
And then he goes,
I kick him over
And he
and I
he-
walk up to the next one.
he stops moving.
Good.
Well,
What
a
element
bit
are you?
nervous now.
Huh?
What element are you?
Chaotic neutral.
No, there's nothing neutral about that.
No, that's chaotic evil.
I just care about myself.
Hey, how are you now?
But I kick him over and I walk over. to the
So
next one.
he just goes and like does not change his position and just falls over.
Okay.
And you walk up to the next one and he goes, how did he get so cold? We're not in initiative order anymore.
Okay. Like, tell me something that's helpful about your island and your czar.
Because we are cursed. Can you not see that?
Chip, help me grab the cold ones and we're taking them outside.
How did it happen?
They're done being
And
questioned.
he goes, somebody showed up.
Who?
I don't. And that one freezes and falls
Walk
over.
up to the next one.
As soon as
What did he
around-
look like?
Me and Chip grab them, take that one outside too.
You're a monster.
I go over to play. I'm just like,
You need to change that to chaotic.
I grab Flint's
We're making
shoulder.
sure they're not dying.
And then he
Me and
goes,
Chip, we're carrying them outside.
and then he goes, I don't know what he looked like. We never saw him.
Tell me what you do know.
We're cursed. That's all I know, I swear.
Flint, they don't know anything.
I'm like, well, this was useless, and I in the spell, and I just like, time to go.
All of them take a deep breath. They go,
Thank you, everybody. We're the good guys, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah.
you are getting some disgusting stares.
Well, they should be worried about the rather.
I also
So
wanna
where are
take
the
this-
where are the people that are like frozen?
You dragged them outside, is what Grail said.
So I want to take this moment to point out that things like kicking indoors, bar fights, and refusing to pay for your food at a tavern, people don't normally report me because of my bad reputation. It's due to my background.
Yeah, it's a pirate.
This isn't even a bad reputation. This is mortifying behavior.
I'm just saying, those are the things it lists that people don't report me for.
I say you won't get reported for not paying for your drink and for starting a fight.
Yeah.
But you're definitely probably going to be
Fine,
reported
fine.
for, I don't know, murdering 2 people.
No, they didn't die.
It's
They just
minor.
cold and unconscious. we warned them back
brought
up.
them outside.
We put them by the
Next to
fire.
the fire barrel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I go check on them.
all of you roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, to see if we still
So, me too.
Everybody, all 4 of you, and Chip.
Natural 20. So 25.
You pass with
18.
flying colors. You pass.
Well,
You fail.
16.
You pass. Take another point of corruption.
yeah, I'm being
You
corrupted.
were bold, man.
So you're close to losing sentience.
And now, no. It's not intelligence this time.
Oh.
Oh,
I was really hoping he would become just a wild animal.
It is going to be.
We'll go find him in the
Oh
woods.
no, well, Planet would probably have more
Crap.
intelligence.
I don't have an actual.
Yeah, he's almost too low to be hurt by certain spells.
This might be a blessing in disguise. Someone tries to charm Presley and just drool.
You now have a -1. You have 2 points of corruption. You now have a -1 to charisma.
ooh, didn't use that anyways. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
you did. Paladins cast with charisma.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's a strength paladin.
Oh, okay.
He's not a smart paladin.
Yes,
And Chip is going to take another point of corruption as well. You feel.
Not Chip.
So you go from the way that you feel. You go from it being 95 and 100% humidity. You now feel like it's about 76 degrees with a light breeze.
That's great.
And Chip's the same way. Okay. So you exit the bar.
I'm like, so do we go find out more about this czar and whatever's happening here, or do we just leave?
It's alright. What's
What?
these books?
Chip is
We
gonna
go
look
back
at
in.
Chip's gonna look at you and he's gonna go, Captain, that was one of the most brutal things that I've ever seen another person
That to
do.
you.
I'm gonna be like, your old pops just wanted to show you, and I figured the most effective way was to do it the best of my ability. As you should do everything, my son.
And then he's gonna go.
The best way to learn about a place is to beat up a bunch of people.
He's gonna go. I don't think that was the right way to handle it. And he's going to flip through the book to a page and he's going to go, and this magic kind of comes out of the book and he lays his hand on the head of one of the guys that froze. And you see the color start to return to his face and he goes, and he looks up at Chip and he goes, thank you. And he goes, I'm sorry about my captain. And then he's going to do the same thing to the other one and he kind of comes back. And then he closes the book and puts it in his bag.
Chip, you're missing the point here. If you can do the good, you don't judge him for the bad.
We balance each other out.
He goes,
Boom.
we'll see about that.
Ebb and flow, Chip.
Okay.
Ebb and flow.
What do y'all want to do?
To the Tsar.
What are you doing?
I'm buying some more parts for the cannon to make it a little more better.
Okay, just for brevity's sake, there's not gonna be like a shopkeep interaction. What are you trying to buy?
I really did.
Hello, traveler.
Like, start dying.
Every
But
single
it would be a
one.
big spot.
They didn't. So it's fine.
It's like, you look like a person
I
who
want to
wears.
see if I can. I saw his blueprints, but I want to try and prove the blueprints.
Like, get them proof read?
No, like to build something more than the cannon. Like to build the cannon with the blueprints, but enhance it somehow, make it more powerful.
Okay. I'm trying to
I
figure
want
that
just
out.
More metal
We
and
have
more.
a lot of metal.
Oh,
It's a good bit of metal.
Yeah.
okay.
They
A lot
got
of presidium.
more metal, gold, and all the. They got more than what they needed. I mean, if you wanted to get
Okay,
more,
let me do this. I want to
Build
buy
two.
another
Easily.
set of tinkering tools and artesian tools.
okay.
So like smith tools.
All right. I don't know how much that costs, like in game.
I got it.
Okay, you go ahead and look that up while I deal with these three.
Right. I'm gonna look at Chip and I'll be like, I wasn't gonna kill nobody.
He goes,
I didn't expect him to all freeze.
and he goes, you almost did kill them though.
But they
Right.
aren't dead, Chip.
They could have been, and that's the point.
I agree.
Listen, something isn't right here.
Agreed.
Seems
I think we should talk to the Tsar.
yes, Chip. Lead the way.
He's gonna look at you, and he's gonna his face kind of turns sour, and he's gonna go, "Let's go." And then he turns and he starts walking towards you can even see it, this larger building. As you walk by, same thing that you see. Do you try to stop and pick up your turtle friend? I mean, you got to walk through this
Is he
we walk
walking
past where
out?
he's at,
Is he
right?
walking out?
You got to walk through this market area. You would probably see him. He's the only turtle in this place.
Okay.
Total. Coming?
It's 70 gold.
Okay, yeah. Do you have
For the
70
two.
gold?
Yeah.
he's
Okay, then you can buy.
Yeah.
Total. You coming?
Yeah, hold on. Now,
Okay.
I
We'll
grabbed
head
the
upstairs to
tinkers
Zara.
and smiths.
Cool.
You can fetch me in the stone if you need me, yeah?
I'm gonna come with y'all.
Okay.
Bye.
So, as you all are walking through, just same thing. People are looking at you. People are kind of like whispering to each other, and then like kind of just like watching you guys move along. You come up to the base of the stairs to this massive temple, and like it's like, like the stairs in Kung Fu Panda that go all the way up to. It's kind of like that, just huge long
You
staircase.
got Uguay with us too.
You're sure
I say it take you about 10 minutes to get to the top. Like, it's enormous.
Well, enjoy the walk.
So you all start walking up. Once you get to the top, kind of in this area, there are torches on the walls. There's fires put outside. There are 2 guards standing with their spears in an X at the front door, and they go, "State your business."
Books.
He goes, "That doesn't make any sense. Or tell me who you are and what you're doing here."
What
We're
is the
traveling
curse?
scholar from around the world. We come here to search for the finest of knowledge. And I heard your Tsar was a very wealthy man, a very brilliant man, with an amazing library and collection of books.
Persuasion.
Freak.
Roll persuasion.
Talk a lot. Can't back it up. Oh, 18.
The one on the left believes you. The one on the right is skeptical.
I know. And not a lot of us travel around here, but look at us. We're not freezing.
You have a good point there. Where are you from?
Oh, just around the bend. Eldoria.
Are the guards freezing?
Yeah, the guards, they're dressed in, like, they have fur coats, and then over top of their fur coats, they have their armor plating. And they're going to go,
I'm sure you've heard of the college.
we have.
Yes, I've been long since disconnected, but Eldoria.
What about the rest of you?
Crewmates.
We be his escorts.
He goes, fine. I'm sure the Tsar would be pleased to talk to you.
Yes, and if my ears didn't give it away, I'm a high elf.
And he goes, we noticed. And then they pick up their spears and they kind of gesture to the door for you to open it.
Yeah.
As you walk into these marble floors. They're shiny. They're like so polished that you can see your reflection in these floors. The ceiling is a beautiful dome tapestry of paintings of, tropical settings like palm trees, waves, like anything that has to do with like warmth and prosperity. And to the very end of the hall, you see this massive marble throne with gold trimming that runs through the stone, and you see this man hunched over on his throne, kind of rubbing his arms, and then he looks up and he sees you, and that facade, like that, what he was doing trying to warm himself up, he almost puts on a facade like he's not cold at all, and he sits up and he puts both of his hands on the sides of his throne, and then he goes, "Oh, welcome to my home."
I'm gonna subtly cast the cantrip Gust to just make a light wind to see if he reacts to the chill.
I'm gonna
No.
I shrug my familiar off.
He doesn't react at all.
I shrug my little weasel familiar off. I whisper to him, just kind of search around.
Okay.
He's running around. If he finds something, he'll come back.
Okay.
Or he'll just tell me because he's familiar.
Okay. Cool.
So, we hear you got a problem with, some guy who making everything cursed and cold.
He goes, the second that I saw you, I knew you were outsiders. I was hoping that you weren't going to be staying here. But, nevertheless, we can't all get what we want. So, yes, this whole island is cursed, but I assure you it has nothing to do with me. I am actually suffering just as much.
I'm gonna roll inside.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say too. I guess 15.
Oh my god, I suck right
What'd you roll, Presley?
now. 7. Six.
Both of you feel like he's telling the truth. Both of you feel like he's being earnest.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna go. He's gonna.
Solve problems for the price.
Suza,
Same.
if I may call you. So,
That is my title.
Suza, this cold thing. When
Well-
did it start?
Well, you see,
Kiss any frogs?
listen. No.
Upset any witches?
No.
I kissed a frog once.
The reason that
Chip cover ears.
I know for a fact that you probably asked people on your way in why things are the way that they are.
Maybe.
And I instructed, and he goes, I instructed them to not talk about it under penalty of death.
Oh,
Oh. No one told us anything. No. At all. They just said, hey, you should talk to the Tsar. He's a great guy.
And he goes, that's very good. That's what they were supposed to do. And he goes,
Nudge Chip like,
but a few weeks ago, a hooded man came into port. His ship is actually still in the docks. He showed up, and he came seeking an audience with me, and you know me. I've got a city to rule. I've got too many things. I couldn't just be bothered by any outsider, so I had the guards send him away. We haven't seen him come back. His ship has not left my docks. And over time, this tropical paradise,
never-ending warmth and desire just slowly grew less and cold. It was like our prosperity tumbled. What used to be a very thriving part of the city is now a slum.
Do you need water?
No, that's I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay.
There's we're losing ourselves. We're losing everything that Styre used to be. But nevertheless, I see that you have not been affected yet.
We'll look over at him and he's like,
He's not to the point of shivering yet, but he's definitely not sweating the same way that you guys are.
okay. I'm like,
Have you tried to push the ship away?
The thought never really occurred to me. We kind of just thought that it was the man himself. I've sent out guards into every inch of the city, and we can't find him.
Did you look on the boat?
Of course we looked on the boat.
Okay.
Is there an
Was he on the boat?
artifact?
I'm almost insulted. No, he was not on the boat. Listen. He's nowhere in the city. He's nowhere on the outskirts where our farmland is. The only place that I think that he could be is the old asylum. You see, when I took over from my father, when I became Tsar, we did away with the yucky bits that nobody wants to see. We shut the asylum down. We put all of the people that were in the asylum on a ship and we sent them out. We don't want to deal with that. This is supposed to be a paradise after all.
Okay.
And I would love for it to be a paradise again.
Would you pay for it to be a paradise again?
And he looks at you and his eyes widen and he goes, I will give you whatever you want.
Let's start with the night's rest here for your humble saviors.
And he goes, do what you will. And he snaps his fingers and a butler kind of like hobbles out in his little form and he goes, you will have the nicest rooms in the palace. I must warn you, the asylum has not been touched in a very long time. I've been Tsar for almost 10 years now. I have no idea what's going on in there. Even when I ordered the evacuation of all of the yucky people in there, I never even went in. I have no idea what's in there.
So why didn't you destroy it?
It cost too much. And everything in Styreton, nobody needs to go out of the city. Not even the farmers. The farmers are only a brisk walk outside of the city limits. Nobody needs to leave. So I just kind of didn't deal with it.
Can I roll insight to see if he seems nervous or anything as he's telling us?
No, go ahead.
I have advantage being charmed. Just in case he's cat.
He's not trying to.
13.
He seems genuine.
Okay.
He doesn't seem nervous.
I want to sense.
He seems to you. He kind of seems excited that you guys are going to try to help
I
him.
want to sense Arcana just in case.
Go ahead.
So 11 give me anything.
I mean, just the same kind of faint magic feeling that you get from there being like, a curse.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go. He's gonna be like, well, off with you. I'm going to have my servants draw me the hottest bath possible. You guys, please enjoy yourselves.
I will.
And the second that the conversation is over, he kind of like, you see him shiver a little bit as he stands up from his throne and he walks off with one of his servants.
Seems like a very warm reception.
And then
A bit of a cold-hearted individual.
one of the servants is gonna look at you and he's gonna go, well, all of you will all be staying in the grand suite. If you would please follow me.
Your name, servant?
Well, you don't really need to know my name.
Understood.
You can call me whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Could I get a fire started in the library?
As you wish.
Thank you. coffee, tea. I'll be in there at night.
As you wish.
I want to go to the library.
Okay. You two follow him to the main suite.
Yeah.
You walk in as he opens the doors to the main suite. Just tall marble columns holding up the ceiling. Kind of like center with the door. There's like this California king-size bed. Like it's humongous. There's just one bed.
Nice.
Everywhere else is like bean bags and tables that are burning incense. It looks like a party hall, really. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
Middle Eastern club music playing.
You can go. You guys can go in. You go to the library. As soon as you open the doors to the library, just these towering shelves. It almost reminds you of the Eldridge Halls back off of Everbend. Just these enormous columns of books that go up all the way to the ceiling. About 120-foot tall ceiling of just books on the walls. And there's tables around that people can read at. There's a lot of information.
Can I actually start heading towards the library at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that. They can go ahead and do what they're doing since they got their way first.
I'm gonna dispel my weasel familiar, and call back an owl familiar.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have him search for books that would interest me.
Okay.
And bring them down. Highest shelf, please.
And they and flies
Grail.
out.
Missed that. Can you do it again?
Grail.
Thank you.
One more time.
Huh?
Grail.
Grail.
He kept asking who.
Oh my god.
It's me, you fool.
This is what I have to deal with at freaking midnight. So, you walk into the library, you see that same thing, just towering bookshelves.
Library.
I want to look for books on like any firearms or weapons.
Yeah, I'd say you could sift through, and you would find a few books that you can try to stash.
So librarian.
No, there's nobody in here.
So, like,
The servant kind of just like left you to your own devices.
Too cold to care.
See if there's like any evidence of like
any
secret.
scrolls or anything?
I mean, there's probably tables of scrolls about, but it's mostly books.
Is this on the ground floor?
Mhm.
We'll see if there's like any like hidden passages.
Roll investigation
See
for
if
me
there's
then,
any
buddy.
Passages.
And then all of you roll a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Dirty 20.
You pass. You fail.
4.
You fail.
I fail.
You fail.
What do I get?
I also got a 9 on investigation. I
Um,
have no more D20.
all of you are going to take a point of corruption. Kovnos, you are going to get a -1 to your dexterity. Grail, you are going to get a -1 to your strength. And Flint, you are also going to get a -1 to your dexterity. As you feel, just out of nowhere, both of you, you feel that just like a cold shiver down your spine.
Ooh, that's not right.
Now, did we fill this? Or well, I haven't filled it yet. Do I notice them get cheers?
You can. What's your passive perception?
11.
Yeah, I'd say you'd notice like them kind of like.
All at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Get the breeze.
Did I notice, like, if we were on the boat, did we feel anything, or it's when we stepped on to the pier?
It's when you stepped onto the pier.
I felt that.
Oh.
But you wouldn't have felt anything because you've passed all the checks.
I know. That's why I asked that.
Yeah.
What temperature is it for me right now?
Now it's about like high 60s.
Oh, so it's still hot. It's just a little like cold breezes.
For you two, it's maybe like 80 degrees now.
For me, it felt like great.
So you're getting a little chillier. I forgot to roll for Chip. Okay, he passed. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
We're just studying the library.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
like
just
to
gonna
look-
study it while
Come over the
just-
books.
All right.
I'd like to look for similar books to the book I have that turns into an axe.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything for like the same author or the same general look.
Oh, taught. Seems I found a study buddy.
Well, that is where we are going to end today's session. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dungeon Masters Tavern. Thank you for tuning in to the Caster Seas. When we pick up next time, we will see just why everything on this island is cold.
Still Scoopy.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.